Demotivator. Thank you for the subs, guys. Appreciate it. Okay, so the set LeBlanc ban. Let's see if they go with Zoe ban or if they change it up for a Syndra ban here from Rogue.
Do we see the Hecarim ban now?
Oh, they banned Taric. So now I think G2 needs to ban Hecarim. Yeah. Okay. Good adaptation. So Taric was the answer to Hecarim. As soon as Taric was banned, then you have to ban Hecarim if you're G2. Lilia first pick, so it looks like they're probably gonna go Lilia with some form of AD mid. I would assume. I'm not sure if Larson actually plays any of the other AD mids that are viable right now though. So some people like playing Jace mid in certain matchups. Yeah, and then people can also play like Aurelia, which is the other one that people are running with Lilia.
Impact in the mid game in terms of some of those engages with the Ashe Arrow. And I want to see what G2 do against this Lilia. Last week when they played Mad, the only game they lost against the Mad Lions.
Okay, so Ashe, what is the jungle pick going to be here? Are they just going to go Volibear again? Volibear is not that good here, but maybe they just don't have a champ pool. They could just not have a jungle champ pool, and Jankos is just like a one trick at this point. Or two tricks set Volibear. Graves, okay. Didn't look good in the first game. See how it looks now. You think 100 Thieves will replace Rayoma with Palafox? I mean, I think it would be a good change. And then you could upgrade one of your other positions with an import.
What's your take on how he's played it and what you'd expect?
Well, I would say I don't really feel
I'm kind of worried about the Graves. We'll see how it is. What makes Volibear bad here? I mean, he just doesn't win into Lilia. Like, you can still get a gank off level 3, but you just get outscaled at level 3. That's what I always say about Volibear. You hit level 4, you see the enemy jungler at level 4 walking around, you're like, all right, well, I'll see you next game, man. That's it for me. What counters Lilia? You can play things like Eve into Lilia. Things that can obviously go aggressive on it are normally pretty good. Hecarim is actually pretty good into Lilia as well. You just have to be able to like get on Lilia and one-shot it. Kha'Zix can work, but it's a little bit slower. Aphelios. Alright, Aphelios Thresh. Let's see what the support pick is here. Nautilus, the Mickey X Nautilus, man. He's pretty good at it. We can take this. So what is still up? Syndra is still up. I wonder if this is going to be banned. Zoe is still up. Yeah, we'll see what they end up going for here. Ornn banned into Finn. I don't want to see the Finn GP again. If Finn picks GP again, it's an L.
In the range department early on in lane phase with the Calirum, but you're not going to be able to match her push until you get the Infernum.
I'll have his fight into Lilia. It's pretty hard to like get on the Lilia and stay on the Lilia, honestly.
Easier in the early stages of the lane, but of course that can swing a little bit later on with some good bullet.
Mickey Nautilus Q, yeah, that shit just fucking curves all over the place, doesn't it? It's pretty fucking insane. Can Jankos fix his champ pool by Worlds? I hope so.
As we jump into phase 2 bans, the Akali is now removed, as is the Ornn. Rogue targeting the Camille for now. So we're going to see how will these two team compositions round out. Zoe was banned for the first 2 games and in the first phase.
Okay, it's blind Shen with Aphelios Lilia. I mean, I think that Shen and Lilia doesn't make that much sense, but they could theoretically, sure. I mean, they might be forced to here. Or I think they'll probably go Scion.
Playing a good game on this Thresh is always around to offer up a lantern. You can deny any follow-up on those Sleepy Trouble though.
I think it's going to be his here.
No Renekton Nidalee priority in LEC? Well, it's like no Nidalee priority, period, in LEC. That's really what it is. Like, no one cares about Nidalee as a champion. People just think it's like mediocre, dog shit. It's not something that's highly, yeah, it's not something that's highly prioritized in this region. GP on Finn again. It's an L, boys.
Punish Rogue so much in their series versus Fnatic, and I think that we already saw what Wonder is capable of doing, and also I think that G2 could just go for the Scion once again. So I think that Rogue have kind of backtracked a little bit. Of course, we still have the carry jungler, but it seems to me that if you had replaced Lilia with a Trundle, this is a regular season Rogue comp that we've been pretty much seeing all summer.
It is the easiest Scion pick of the guy's life again. It's just going to be Scion, Cho'Gath, any of this stuff. It's just going to be Scion again, isn't it? There's no real reason to not go Scion now. I mean, I guess he's going Nico. I feel like you have not that much of a front line here, though.
Get the counter pick and slam him in lane.
Nico doesn't sound like it'd be that great into GP. Early game, you should get poked.
Was hovering. I know Shen isn't a counter to it, but I know Shen can do well into the GP. But he hovered Cho'Gath, he also hovered Scion, and I was like, I feel like both of those make a little
The
bit
Wonder
more sense
Nico,
to me
true.
than the Nico does, especially during the laning phase when you could just orange out the root. So I'm curious as to how this matchup plays out. Maybe there's more that I haven't quite figured out
Nico
yet,
is the new
because
Kennen.
also I think Nico's
Well,
great
I expect
dive
Wonder
bombs,
to do
but
well here.
Rogue
It
Top
just,
doesn't really feel like a dive bomb. It
I
feels
mean, I
like
guess
a
he just didn't want to play
so
tank into Azir. That's pretty much the
Nico
logic,
pick
I
does
would
surprise
think.
me.
Yeah, and when you see like
That
Lilia, she's very
generally
fast.
speaking,
So a
tanks
lot
are
of
pretty bad into
those
Azir because
CC
Azir is just a tank shredder, and GP is
Of course,
normally like
Flex to deal with
supposed to
that
be
too,
decent
so
into
this could
tanks
be
as
a
well.
little bit of a spicy one for
Aphelios
Warriors
good
top
into
lane.
tanks, so the enemy team shreds tanks, so he wants to play something that can engage.
He's 6-0 undefeated on that Nico. And has played
He's like the only one really playing Nico around the world, though. We saw it. We saw IG play it mid lane. We haven't been seeing top lane Nico.
It's so hard to time that.
Just
Are we
sing
just-
for us, Trevor.
Are we supposed
Not
to
a
just
chance.
not say anything? I don't know. It's weird. They've changed the rules.
We
Anyway,
do have a member of Electronic with us. Maybe he should sing for us next time.
time for a show. Anyway, jumping
All
into
right.
game 3.
So
let's
I
have a
am
look
currently
the map.
at
Let's talk about,
49,
like, the
50,
vision.
51,
Graves
52,
has dropped
53,
the reward here.
54,
Same for the Lilia,
5,
likely gonna go back and
56,
get that early,
57,
reset. What do
58,
we think of a jungle
59,
thing? And,
unpause.
Obviously, whenever Lilia's going to be in the game, the highest priority
Alright,
is like
perfect.
Raptor Cam.
Alright,
because Lilia
let's
loves
get it.
To sprint through her jungle and take those away. And it was one of the reasons
GB
why
is good into tanks, not Finn's GP. Well,
getting
okay.
priority for Jankos to play much more aggressive.
All right,
Because
Mickey's
back
just
in game
going
one,
for a swim.
Jankos was constantly invading the top side jungle for Rogue and wasn't able to play for the early crabs. Like he
The
would've
cleanse
liked
here
to
from
with
Ashe
drop camps
is
and
cleanse
have
that
it
needed
punish,
versus
so he wanted to
pretty
stop
much. I mean, I guess that,
He
that you do have the long range root from Aphelios. You do have the hook from Thresh, but I mean, I think it's mainly for the Lilia sleep. I guess it's that important.
Jankos is going to be confined to his
Damn, I
jungle
clicked
for-
randomly and drafted. I perfectly synced. That's like a 1 in a million, man.
May actually look for a
I mean, he
bit of
could
early
he
invade.
could go red to blue, like that's an option. But because of all the vision, he does have sweeper that will spot it out.
Good
but
shit.
I don't know. He's gonna try to run topside, but again, early ward will make this play not work out.
Wonder's trading very heavily with Finn for the time being. Finn pretty happy to fight in the minion wave. Now starts to back away.
Damn, it's a Doran's ring star from Wonder too.
Towards that lane and a parlay to the face.
Like, I feel like he should just get like really outpoked here.
Now wave will stop pushing towards him.
Now, Finn
Maybe
is
I'm
taking
wrong?
the gamble here that Jankos did not stick around in the top side because as you can see, like his wave is
Looks
built
pretty
up,
rough
it's a
for
little
him.
larger. It should be pushing towards Wonder's side, and with the ward being cleared out by Jankos, like the Graves could be up here, but of course Finn realizes like Jankos probably not going to waste that much time in case he did back away, so we'll hit level 2 and maintain control. But I think
Jankos
Jankos
might try to
is
go here
gonna
level
play
3.
gank
I guess that's the pathing plan.
off
That's
the
why he
front
went.
camp. This is a little bit
Oh man, he's gonna be so far. Like this gank has to work, or it's like doomed for Jankos.
He has to. He's taken far too much damage. Finn.
And Wonder has the TV back level 2.
resources in order to
I don't
stay
know.
healthy with the why have I forgotten the name? The health pot that gives you 3 things.
Corrupting potion.
Corrupting potion. Thank you. I buy it all the time. It's just the thing that gives me health. Yeah, he's gonna burn that to get a lot of
Actually,
early
good TP
aggression.
because
Here
it
comes
doesn't
the
give
Graves
away
in
Jankos'
as well.
position.
Jankos so hard though. There's a giant minion wave here. Jankos will get past it though.
Okay, so Wonder's already going to lose something if that manages to make it to the tower. That will be the flash
Okay.
secured.
That being said, like Jankos is really far behind now.
Oh,
Like doing this
this
type of
is a
pathing where you go
freeze. Of course,
red
he does
to
have
top
TP,
try
so he's like,
to
"Get
back to
back
race
in
to
break this."
golems
The thing that you
back
have
to
keep
top. Like
on
this is gonna
does
fuck you as a
something
jungler, man.
back in. There is, of course, I like this.
And all you
This
get is a
thing
flash,
to
and I don't even know if Wonder can abuse the no
If
flash.
the Graves was just
on the
sitting
GP.
there, then it would have been very bad for Finn, and he could have just given away.
Yeah, Finn also saw Jankos walk.
Lily starting the blue.
Bush there, so knows there's only one to clear away. But this has meant that Inspired gets so much
Yeah,
time.
this is
to
just gonna
walk
be
in
blue
here and
into
steal
crab.
away Jankos' blue
Into
buff.
potentially
Even
double crab.
on towards Mickey, but I mean, now Inspired is in a beautiful
Because
position.
there's no
He takes
priority
bot
top
sides,
either.
crab, he can get
I
the
don't know,
respawn
man. I
back
think
to
this
camp,
is like.
and then, I mean,
I think this is not worth it if you're playing Graves.
my own red buff.
Like if you want to do this shit, then actually play Volibear, right? Like if you're playing a champion and you're gonna be this far behind, you're gonna intentionally set yourself behind to try to help your laners. Like it can't be on Graves in my opinion.
Is looking at the minimap. Lawson had actually backed.
Spires is gonna get a second Wraith Cam, gonna get his red, can move over and probably get the top crab as well. Like he's gonna be so far behind.
It is so oppressive when Lilia is able to run through the jungle in the speed that she is, and she's making her way towards that crab. So it does look like that's what's
He's not even thinking his red. He's going straight for the double crab.
Fan of this one, especially with the pressure Finn was able to build up.
Look at Yank. And Jankos didn't buy Talisman here. He griefed.
Teleport back to lane with push and Inspired Smite going to be a few seconds off for both junglers, even with the level 4.
I feel like this longsword is such a bad purchase.
On the move.
Yeah, Wonder and Caps both started to peel towards the river. Waves pushed towards Finn and Lawson respectively. So Jankos able to
Ends up getting the crab though, so
Scuttle Crab at
not the
the
end of the world for him.
Maintain just a minor advantage for now, but Jankos already off to a slightly better start than we saw from game number 1, and we'll find a slightly
Okay,
low
not bad for Jankos here. If Jankos takes this away, that's probably the best situation that could have happened. Now he's getting the top side. So he randomly got back in the game because Inspired greeted for the double crab here when he didn't have prio anymore top side. But I'm just not a fan of this in general. Mickey just dead? Oh my god, he missed his hook on the wall. Mickey. We can't be missing Nautilus hook on the wall. That shit is has a hitbox. I don't know the size of you know what. This shit is just crazy.
Is kind of cringe, and losing in a matchup like this against Hans Sommer's comfort pick is definitely not the situation that G2's bot lane want to find themselves in.
You were talking about
we gotta be hitting those.
So the Senna would, how they would play out in the laning phase. It helps when Vander gets his hands on the Thresh, gets a fantastic death sentence.
Now Perks can't even get the CS. Okay, he got 2 of them.
Games during the regular season on this pick. It's his first one in playoffs. It's the first Aphelios of playoffs as well. And with his first back, will grab himself boots and that B of swords. So that's going to be a little frustrating.
0-10 Nautilus power spike. Well, it's so weird to be dying in this lane like that. Oh, okay.
That's 2 misses. That
Mickey's just coming through.
Very important.
So I find it funny that Larson literally just stood behind minions and then didn't move, because most people would, but respect for him for the patience. Now we see a loop around.
Try number 2.
Jankos is around level 5.
Don't even burn.
He's gonna get shuffled here, isn't he? He has flash. Okay.
The swirl seed is chucked out. That will go all
He had to flash the hook.
But summon a spell there.
I mean, bot lane's getting outclassed here.
The end of the day. Now G2 looking for another.
Okay. Vander has flash though. Okay, so they trade flashes here. It ends up being a trade.
To escape. He's forced to flash and use that blast cone. But G2 are hunting. They're trying to find targets.
Trying to utilize some of the pressure that Caps can bring on this Zoe. They also now rotate through to the bot side of the map. They know that the bot side scuttle is spawning. It looks like Jankos just wants to offer a little bit of assistance so they can push this out. Maybe look for an early Drake. He is setting up for it. He is going to kick this one off.
Okay, so they're using the bot prio to at least start dragon. This is fine.
Look for an early swap up towards top side, kind of going.
It's a good dragon timer.
We were seeing it during the regular season, where you would very commonly see this 8-minute swap.
That being said, this is still like a rough game for the Graves. Like, this doesn't feel good playing Graves like this in this game.
Secure the early Drake, swap up to top at around 8 minutes, play for that objective, and that's where they built a lot of their advantages through playing for these early neutral.
And look at the map play, because obviously it's very easy to focus on the dragon, but Caps picked up a flash out of the mid lane and then walked all the way into the enemy ramp camp to try and find Inspired. The same was Set of Wonder, who pushed out the top wave, walked in, placed a ward inside of Inspired's jungle up there too. So G2
wait, I have like a full
map
breakfast
control setting up for a potential swap on the reset, but here we go with the hook.
Some person just randomly snuck into my house and made me breakfast. It's crazy, chat. I think we have a robber just snuck into my house, made me breakfast, and then left. That's crazy. Well, this is a really good play from this is a good play from G2. Inspired has flash here, but he's dead no matter what. I think he should be dead no matter what.
And the Lilia speed just allows her to run away to safety, enlisting the help of the Krugs to body.
Oh, the hook almost landed. Never mind.
And the dredge line is also moved away from. Man, her movement speed is just
Kelly Pog. Nah, it was a robber, guys. Look, somebody just snuck into my house, made me waffles. There's bacon under the. There's fruit, waffles, bacon. Oh my god.
Hard for a play. Inspired is down towards the bottom side, so of course Vander's like, hey, I can land you in. We can go for the play. And I'm not quite sure. I think Finn was already level 6 at the start of this play, but his ultimate does come in.
Guess that deer is pretty fast.
Really interesting is Nico
I think it was pretty big misplay from Caps. I'm pretty sure he should be able to get that kill onto Lilia.
Very quickly that the blue buff was still there. So G2 in their eyes are probably thinking that, hey, it's actually safe on the bot side of the map, not realizing that Inspired is just sitting here only level 5. So they aren't able to make this play happen. Then the Graves gets level 6.
Diabetes? Hey, I'll take it.
Kill.
You know what? It's like this low-fat syrup and fucking Benecol instead of butter. Whatever, we'll take it.
Spells everything to only result in failure in what could have been a very strong play for Rogue Boss.
Inspired was sitting in that bottom lane because he had no camps in the southern quadrant at all for a very long time, and then the play obviously doesn't work out. The kills were picked up by Jankos and Mickey respectively. That'll give G2 the lead for now. But it's just been
camera work is pretty sick.
Thus far as the gank in that
True.
bottom lane.
Dude, sometimes LEC goes crazy with the angles. That was an acceptable time, but recently they've been doing this weird shit where, like, you'll see the most, like, standard play. You'll see, like, an Ash era, right? Just hit a guy from, like, 5 feet away, and they'll just, like, fucking go inside the arrow. You'll be, like, looking backwards as, like, the arrow into the champion. then you see like the death of the enemy. It's like, all right, come on, man. Like, just save it for like something sick. Save it for like the, you know, the blabber cask where he predicts it or some shit like that. That was like the only outplay that came to mind from NA this season.
Who just got his teleport in behind. It's about to expire, and G2 are gonna miss the window.
Oh, some Vendor didn't realize how close they could have been there to death. Managed to back away. But again, 3 games in a row. 3 times we've seen both.
How viable is the Philios pick? Is he still decent? I don't think Philios is that good anymore. I think that it's pretty much only supposed to be acceptable into Ezreal. Okay, Perks just got random hooked. He cleansed super late there. Oh, Vander's just dead. Vander still has no flash. And Hansama has no flash. Damn, they played this over the TP. It was all a bait. It was all a fucking ruse, and that's 2 kills for Caps. This game is doomed. It's done. It's curtains. Wrap it the fuck up.
Picks up 2 kills. Now Yanko's inside the enemy jungle, but is it too much?
All right, Swell Seed comes out. That will hold him in place for now.
He's dead. Oh, he actually lived.
Keeps him alive in the sleepy trouble.
And he got the red buff. Jungle
red
diff.
buff on the way out.
Okay, execution is now starting to fumble from Rogue, and you can see that G2 is slowly starting to ramp up as the series is progressing. That bot lane play initially, that was a hook onto Perks. He gets caught out, but the instant cleanse is what allows him to turn this play back in his favor. Good patience from the G2 bot lane, and then Jankos, knowing that he had the numbers advantage.
Yanko's flash was right in time.
Steal away the red buff. Rogue continuing trying to invest in things.
Caps about to get Soul Stealer. Dude, this is why the teams are banning Zoe. I mean, this is like the threat of Caps being on the enemy team.
Now feels like G2.
And look at Wonder's CS lead. Like, you don't even know where the CS lead comes from when you're watching top lane. Like, sure, he had a freeze, but it looked like the wave reset and was pushing back into Finn. So I don't even think he got this entire 30 CS lead off the freeze. It's just like randomly he'll just, I don't know. I don't know what happens, guys. I literally, like, yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah, so with Finn teleporting up into the top side, Wonder holding on to his, that means Rogue are going to be giving up this Ocean Drake.
Like, he just gets a 30 CS lead, I guess.
Looking for the solo kill.
Wait, Finn just flashed for that. Wonder just has to flash now. He's, oh, I guess Finn couldn't have walked up there and killed him. Thought he was actually going to die there.
That's going on now. G2 maybe setting up for a dive down one. Rogue are aware of it though. Larson gets caught by the sleepy trouble bubble. Paddle Star hits him in the face. Ignite as well. Auto and auto. Cap stepping forward with a spell thief. Goes gold.
Okay. Caps gap. Caps is just on one this game. Caps randomly just becomes the best player in the world during certain games. Now we're getting to see something. Playing this game has been much cleaner overall.
Ocean Dragon right here. This is a very different G2 in game 3.
And what a disappointing end result.
I guess G2 just need a couple warm-up games.
So many opportunities to outplay Caps, to get those solo kills onto Caps, and he's missed every single one of them. But then the moment you give that opportunity to Caps, he's diving under your tower, he gets that kill. He's now 3-0-0 on his most played champion this split. And G2 is set up to carry this game.
I mean, I tweeted out, man. I tweeted out before this series that I thought it was going to be Wonder Diff.
Like you said, a few pivotal skill shots. How different could
God damn, this guy is good. Yeah, he's very good.
Game number 2 from
Respectable.
Could have had that double kill, unable to complete it. And it just plays out in G2's favor. This time around, though, Capsy locked in the Zoe. We weren't 100% sure in terms of the composition, but he's making it work in these tower dives in conjunction with Jankos' Graves. Is just putting so much pressure onto Rogue.
I mean, they can't do anything here, can they? Vander gets chunked, but they get the TP, and then they're just running. Larson's not going to be able to go in here. Mickey gets hooked before proccing his Aftershock. I don't know about that flash Q, man. I don't know if you're getting out of there, Mickey, but okay, respect. He tried for it.
Yeah, very important kill there.
Went for the play.
They have the Rift Herald. They could drop this one 10 seconds away from plates going down. I feel like they had to drop it there to play for the plates. They lose out on a lot of potential gold by not making that play, and that is just too late.
Okay, they're going for the turret. Turret plating is gone, though. They should have used the Herald on the previous wave because the turret plating was expiring. I think they just weren't aware of the time in game.
So Larson manages to make it out, but Caps is not done yet. Paddle Star, not going to find a target one more time. They're getting hit by Vander, body blocked.
Oh, so close.
This is insane. Like, that was
oh, Caps! Oh, don't do it to him. Okay. Okay, dude. Okay. He's on one today. He's on one. Hey, anyone who is flaming me saying, why is this guy in your top 5? Wait, are they paused? Is the broadcast paused?
Oh my word.
Like,
Caps.
I see the player cam still going, but the broadcast looks paused to me. Is this happening to anyone else?
Like,
I've
he's
got
just
some
smurfing.
information for you.
Yeah.
Caps pretty damn good.
The broadcast looks
Could Rogue
paused,
have done
but
something
the...
different there? Like, they practically
What?
ignored him and let him
What's
shoot
happening?
them, right?
Well, so from their perspective, like, Caps
The
can't
cams
approach.
are still on, so I don't think I've lost
However,
connection.
Caps, his goal
Oh,
isn't really to
okay.
approach, it's just to
Not sure what
utilize
just happened.
insanely long range and to just like keep hitting you out. And I think that Vander's perspective is okay,
Interesting.
If I stand here,
Caps broke the
can't
game.
go on
Jesus
wall,
Christ,
like,
they're
running
reviewing
like
that
flame,
shit.
He's gonna die. And then Caps
They're like, what is wrong with this guy? Is this guy fucking juicing?
And he never gave him an opportunity.
This guy on
so,
some fucking
yeah,
type
that
of
was pretty
gaming
wild.
steroids? What the fuck is
Caps
wrong with
lost
this guy?
4
He is
kills.
too good.
G2 sitting at a pretty sizable gold advantage.
Absolutely the case. If you are sticking with us, we don't know quite yet, on the caster desk at least, what the cause of the pause is. Our production team are currently investigating. As soon as I have more information, I will share with you. But G2 definitely awake. I was a little bit nervous in game 1 in terms of, you know, how they were playing and how they were performing. But in like typical G2 fashion,
What Caps
game
did was
1,
TOS.
then start to
It
ramp
was
up
something.
throughout the course of the series. And this is
That
a
was
dominant
crazy.
before what is about 15 minutes.
Yeah, we're seeing them play much better. I think, like, individually, Caps showing up in the mid lane, of course, with a solo kill over Larson is going to be a really big deal. But I also think, like, Jankos' early pathing on the Graves, very different to game number 1, using the priority we saw from Wonder in the top lane to make some plays, to burn Finn's flash very early too, and transitioning that power into early objectives, like the Dragon down bot side too. I do feel like G2, as a team, are just playing the map much, much better than we saw the last couple games.
Definitely the case. And I
Caps
think one of the
1v4
things
Zoe
that
for
we
30
need to
seconds, then
discuss
free
after
kill.
this fact is that
Yeah,
for
I don't
the
know.
team
I don't
of
know what the
individual
fuck
players,
happened.
Especially the likes of Larson.
That
This
that
was a measuring
second
stick
Q that
to
he
see
used with his flash
how
and the
competitive
R forward was
with
just
G2, they
absurd.
were the underdogs
That
coming
was
in, they managed
an
to pick up
absurd
number
Zoe
1
play.
the first time in the organization's history.
He's so
Larson's
fucking good, actually.
Akali is going to be a talking point.
Hey,
You know, there's a
this is
few
why he's in my top
minor
5.
points that are pivotal in the impact that he had in the game. You see what Caps can do on the Zoe, and those few skill shots go wide, and it's just that last step that Larson has to get control of in the high-pressure games.
I mean, so this is the really interesting
YouTube
thing, right?
removed the stream from not safe
Champions
for
like
work
Rivera,
content.
the
True.
champions have extremely high skill expression.
I hope Zoe wins, XD. I'm a Zoe main, and she's so fun. People get trolled by the bubble, and her voice lines are so cute. Like when she sings about chocolate cake, LOL. She's super random, but also smarter than she looks. Just like me, XD. That, I wonder if that was like, was that actually originally what somebody typed?
For example, like there are certain champions internationally you have to respect, you have to acknowledge, and you have to realize how insanely powerful they are. And it's valuable if you can pick them and take those away from people. And I think that while I still have a lot of faith in Larson's Akali, there is still a little bit of a gap. At least what we've seen so far in
I
this
can't even
series
tell.
between
I can't even tell if
some
those are like
of the
real
international competition. So I
memes
think
or not.
eyes are still on Larson to see how he stacks up against Caps. I think that in the
G2.
first 2 games, he and Inspired together were very strong, but here in game 3, with the comforts of Caps, you can start to see some of the differences between them.
Yeah, and I definitely think, you know, something I said when we were off air in between games is that
Do you remember how disgusting Cap Silas was? Yeah, I mean, he's like, dude. At some point, you have to just stop, like, you got to stop talking about the champions, and you just have to look at, like, what's making these champions broken, right? When you talk about Caps, you can be like, damn, like, how insane is Cap Syndra? How insane is Cap Zoe? What about Caps LeBlanc? What about Caps Silas? Do you remember Caps Aurelia? Like, alright, man. At some point, it has to be like, oh, Caps is just broken. What about Caps Rise before? Do you remember Caps Rise where he would literally just win the game split alone every single game?
It doesn't feel like there's a lot of opportunities to make a lot of plays. Like Nico's just really hard to deal with.
I'm gonna have to reset it no matter what, so timer doesn't matter.
Those plays have gotten turned around on them a couple of times now too. So Rogue have tried to make plays.
I just have to sync it to whatever the new thing is. I can stop it, but it doesn't actually do anything. I'm gonna have to reset it to like 17 minutes or whatever. The unlucky part about these types of pauses. Remember Caps Affiliates? Okay, we don't talk about Caps Affiliates.
Sometimes you don't have the
What about Caps Pike mid? Anyone remember Caps Pike mid? Any World Finals watchers in here?
The fact that they're kind of defaulting to this after
Any EU hopeful people in my chat? Or what?
Another game left. We get to see some more adaptation. But still a long way left to go in this game as we figure out what's going on.
I've been waiting for the monologue to end.
No? Oh, Pepe hands? Okay, my bad, chat, my bad.
Currently, we are experiencing a technical issue with one of our observer PCs, or our observer PCs in the studio, where the game is in a forced pause.
Baby Faker has grown up. Yeah, I mean, I think that he's just better than Faker at this point.
We will be back
Pretty much what I'd say.
As we work on this issue, let's send it back to the analyst desk.
I mean,
Bye.
Thank you very much.
Is what
so
it is.
Hopefully we can get into that very soon.
Too soon?
That's kind of an
What do you
awkward
mean
one.
too soon,
It's
man? It
like,
was recent.
You know the game's being played, yet we're not showing it. It's,
Oh wait, I mean it
that's
wasn't
an awkward
recent.
one.
Hey, it
But
wasn't that
hopefully-
recent.
I would say Rogue could actually
Too
benefit
soon.
from
It's like
that
almost a year ago at this
because
point.
it
Come on.
seems like,
A reset.
a reset.
Don't do us like that,
because it feels
Dominica.
like they
Okay, my
have
bad,
went
bad,
into a
chat.
reset in terms
I didn't
of
mean to
kind of
bring up
pick some
bad
play
memories.
style after
It's
that
my
second
fault.
game.
I shouldn't have said
know,
anything.
You guys were mentioning the fact that
Forced
kind of the
pause?
different styles
Wait, the
we've
observer
seen,
PC
we don't
died?
really
Is that
see
actually what
the
happened?
style for Rogue.
Is that the reason why it's paused? The observer PC
I
died?
don't care if
Let me
Rogue
keep on
is
eating
playing
my fruit
style,
real quick.
they
1
are
second.
very good at it. I do care that they try to force outside of when their champions are powerful.
Okay.
And I think that's kind of what the casters were dancing around. Like, if you want to do this, that's fine. But like, if you have an Azir, an Aphelios, a Gangplank, and a Lilia, there's no reason to try to be forcing early fights, especially against G2's composition, and kind of throwing some of these leads away.
I'm also so confused because we saw the Thresh ban now in 2 games, and this was probably the reason why.
Yeah.
But picking Aphelios Thresh when you only see Ashe and Graves is so silly. The Zoe comes in, and then of course the last pick Nico. They were considering the Cho'Gath, but they just want to pick.
Fucking
more and
observer
more ranged
PC gap, I
champions
guess.
against The Aphelios, and playing Aphelios against this team is going to be so difficult. That's why we've seen Aphelios been kind of phased out from the meta. He was too OP at one point where he could create like
Moat
magical
only, please?
moments, and even though he's short range, there were moments where he's
I don't
not
think there's any
sniping
spoilers. I mean, we're not even in game right now, right? So I think it's fine.
Strengths are very clear. If people run into him, he's going to get some pentacles. But this is a game where no one's going to ever run into him. He's going to get smoke screened. He's going to get slowed by the glacial augment. This is a very tough game to play. And I feel like this reminds me of the second game draft too, where
Dude, at least give us a replay of that last Zoe sequence while we're gone. Somebody just hit me with the replay real quick. I just wanna get it, boys. I need it.
It's going to be just not a situation where they run in.
Sorry to jump in, Frosk. I have a small update, and then I'll get straight back over to you. As an
Wait,
update,
they're still
Observer
playing?
are reloading back in the game right
What?
now. We'll be back in the game in just 3 minutes, which
All
gives us
right,
just
I
a
guess
little
we
bit of
emote.
time and
I guess we
enough
sub mode
time
first.
to
I guess
give
we just
your
sub
final
mode.
thoughts about this draft.
Okay. Well, my final thoughts, I guess, if we're just.
I mean,
like,
they're 3 minutes long, so it doesn't.
Observer's
need to
PC
say-
being
I can
DDoSed
talk
by
about
the NA
Zoe,
production
but
team.
I
They are
guess-
tired
I
of
really
being
wanna talk about
gapped.
Zoe.
All right, man.
The fact
I
that
can't
Zoe
joke about
is
DDoS myself. If I say something about DDoS, they just ban my fucking Twitch. So we're not trying to get banned on Twitch, at least right now.
Obviously, you have to pick your poison. Do you give Caps his Syndra, which is an incredible champion, or do you give Caps his Zoe, which has a really good matchup? Into
So if the
Azir?
pause is only on the
That's why
production
I think
side, then what are they
by
doing
playing
here?
Azir this game,
Like, is there somebody that's
Yana
recording the
himself
game? They're gonna
for
play it from
sure.
behind, or
The
what's
reason why
happening?
Zoe is so awesome for Caps is because you hit a single bubble. Doesn't really matter what the game state is, and you can completely turn things. It's how.
All right.
the
Oh, subs real quick.
anti-climax
Okay.
of G2's last
Demira
season,
Kabara.
yeah, they're gonna set up for Deep Vision.
Thank
Nope,
you for the
Caps
sub.
finds a snipe,
Appreciate it.
and suddenly the game is
Scorpio
such a
Slayer,
powerful
Soki,
game.
thank you for the 23 months. We got
And now
Tabinky,
every Zoe
CC
player
Baked
doing that,
Potato,
Caps
Rogaine
can,
St.
and
Vicious
now
2,
Rogue just has to
Ship,
survive it, collapses, come
Purdush,
online, and it doesn't look like
Demovator,
it's going to.
It seems like all of G2's players are playing
SLLFJ, thank you for the
especially
$5. Okay.
Yeah, it's been
Hey,
kind of a
even
slow
without
season. We
Oilers,
didn't see
I don't even think we've had
kind
any
of
big sub gifts today. We're at 116
outplayed
subs. We've
how
only
they
streamed
played
like 4 hours.
mechanical
Pretty fucking
plays
crazy
that
how you guys have been
were
supporting
subtle
recently.
with how the draft
It's like we're just a 10K sub Andy, I guess now. I don't know how this happened.
This is kind of what we expected from the matchup between Rogue and G2, a strong 2v2 into bottom side pressure. But I just want to add the final point. Please first pick Ash. This champion is so OP.
Yeah.
LCK has shown you.
Have you liked Vander's Azir so far? Yeah, he's like probably the best
Yeah, he's
Azir
perfect
support
match
player
indeed,
I've seen.
and I wanna
The fact that
update
he just
that
was
we're
able
doing
to
about
roll
overall,
swap with Larson,
what
play
has
at
gone
mid
on
lane.
that we haven't
Been
seen.
crazy this
So
game.
let's
Respect.
think about, the series not being over and this game not being over, because I think we deserve to give Rogue that credit. First off, is this game turnable, or is this it for Rogue for this game at least?
No, I think they
I
absolutely
just want to
have win.
support your future
So,
dog.
the
True.
thing is when Rogue fall
Future
back
dog
to,
coming
like,
soon.
their plan B,
Can't wait to have him just
force
pee all over
Larson
my
to
house.
funnel as much CS
Love it.
into him, and then hopefully Larson can carry with the team fight. But I think
Just
Gangplank
go on
is
Reddit. So Reddit said they were gonna content ban me if I show like any users' names and posts that I critique.
think so as well. The GPU
Which I think is
very
pretty
powerful
cringe,
against
but
Storm.
whatever.
I agree there.
Apparently on
There are
Reddit, you can
champions that
put up
have
threads where you just
two
flame
great
content
situations
creators.
that are very
You
pure.
don't
If you
actually,
plant all of a sudden,
you don't actually have to like provide proof or be correct in what you do, and you'll just get highly upvoted. But if you actually retaliate in any way and respond, if the other person that made the thread is not a streamer, then it qualifies as harassment.
possible. But
then it's harassment. So
they did
streamers
beat them
literally
once
get to
before,
be
so
free
they did
harassed
that. So in terms
in the
the
mind of
well, I
Reddit
think it's all
because
changed
of the
a
fact
bit
that we
in
put
terms of
ourselves out there.
Rogue,
So we have to be
thankfully.
okay with the
So
criticism.
Let's think back then, or let's think forward in the
I don't know,
context
it's
of the
fucking weird.
series, because no matter how this game goes, right, Ader will be on match point. How do you see the rest of the series evolving?
Well, we think that Rogue's priority has been Hecarim Lilia, and I think it will change to.
But if you
Hecarim's
get
not
banned,
will
they
grab
can't make a
the
hate thread
Ashe,
anymore.
and Ashe
True.
causing
But
more
like then
problems.
all my
I think that
content
will
would be
the
banned.
first takeaway from
The
this round.
crackdown,
And
face
the
check,
second
anything I
takeaway,
appear
depending
in
on how Larson feels
is
with
just
the
banned from
Rivera,
Reddit.
is
So
if
I
he
mean,
goes
it is
towards
what it is.
Akali's or Lucian's, these very lane dominant champions in terms of the kill and trade pressure, or if he sticks with kind of the more farming, scaling mid lane.
Yeah, I mean, so actually you're
I feel like
completely
Rogue's
right. This is the comment that I tried to make, Soki,
is
where
just the top side. I feel
if
like
somebody
we're
makes a
seeing
Reddit
a
thread
lot of anything that's happening.
hating on you, then I feel like they've put themselves in the public eye, so I should be able to at least respond to the thread. But if you respond to the thread, then you're like weaponizing your viewers to harass them in Reddit's mind, and you're like being fucked up, and you deserve to be
picture. I think Leah first
yeah.
play is kind of strange.
you deserve to be banned.
Because you know you're going to have double AP in the mid lane, so the 2v2 power that Rogue showed in this series so far is no longer relevant. I want to see.
But I mean, it's been like a cringe rule for the
that is
longest
enough
time,
to
right?
win
Like
if the draft allows
when
it.
Lonesome Ranger was literally in games, like when I was dating Addie in season 6,
last
right?
game, yes, game number 2.
No, this is
Lonesome Ranger was literally threatening to kill my girlfriend, dismember her, rape her, and throw her in a river. Like this is what was being said to me
That's it.
in game.
Do you wanna go back to the
And
Gangplank point?
somebody made a Reddit thread and all the posts were removed. It's like, oh, this guy wasn't streaming at the time. He's not putting himself out there. It's like nothing is done about that. The guy didn't get banned. Nothing happened based off all those claims.
It's like in bright orange on the teleprompter, the observer
And then
already
if
saw
I
that.
say
Head back
I make more money
onto
than
the rift.
your family
Thank you
in
so
in
much.
2 days, or like
Just
I
joined
make
us.
your
Did a
family's
full
monthly
round
salary in 2 days, or whatever I ended up saying, to some
It's
random guy who's permanently going off, flaming all that shit. I'm not even streaming. They can make a Reddit thread. It's so fucking crazy, dude.
Claps is smashing.
It's so
Claps
fucking
on
crazy.
Zoe. Him and the rest of G2 have found repeated success.
Yes, man.
Pretty
Somebody
much in that
calls me
league.
the gay F slur, and I just like make a comment about like money that's has no basis to it at all, and suddenly I'm the fucking bad guy. Okay, we're back in game. Let's go 1450. But yeah, I mean,
And as you can
if
see,
somebody
G2
threatens to
somehow
like, you know,
15
murder, dismember,
$1,000
rape
to
my
Dragon
significant
to
other in a
give
game,
G2.
nah, not worth being put on Reddit.
Wonder is,
Let's put 55
significantly
actually.
further ahead in terms of farm. He's been bullying Finn a lot. The
All right,
reason
I'm
I go
synced.
straight
I'm
there
synced.
is the last thing the
Timer
analyst
is correct
was talking
now.
about was that gangplank, and something that I don't think we've said too much just now, but Finn has not had particularly large.
Dude,
impact
Shocks
in
is
the
so
series.
fucking
Wonder
beautiful. Okay, all right, calm down,
two
man,
games in a row
please.
has,
It's a bit
definitely
a
shown
little hard there, you know.
I mean, he had a couple of
Like,
good.
a little too much.
First game, of course.
Reel it back like a
I would
couple
say that
notches.
Finn has been pretty consistently counterpicked, and I think that his own performance demonstrated that he can still have impact. But the problem with the blind pick Gangplank is you can't just be an R button, you know?
Okay, cleanse for arrow. Not sure how good that is. Okay,
Ooh, forces the
and they get
flash
Hunt on his flash there.
Force the Ash Arrow,
Nice.
force the cleanse, and then the follow-up from
Good E
Yankos,
from Wonder.
As well as Mickey manages to force the flash. So Hansama is going to be a juicy target. As G2 just continue to put the pressure on, they continue to, you know, threaten the dive.
Yeah, G2 definitely upping the tempo in this one. You see, there's a Mejai's already picked up for Caps. Yankos has gone for a serrated Dirk now.
Man, Caps is just gonna straight up 1v9 this game. This game is all G2, bro.
Set up too with
It's all
like
G2.
the bubble.
Caps pulled out the Soul Stealer. You know when he pulls out the Soul Stealer, it's just fucking doomed.
For Rogue to dodge the damage, because Rogue don't really have a tank. The flat pen of a serrated Dirk is going to be massive.
Oh, Caps is just going hunting. Every time I see him throw out that paddle star, I'm just waiting to see if he can find a target. Finn is going to be able to push this wave out, and Yankos will complete this. Okay, so no further follow-up there. They've lost one tower in the bottom lane. Finn's going to be catching that wave as best as possible, and the duo's set up in the mid lane to farm this one out.
Pulls it out every game. He didn't pull it out in the last 2 games, I'm pretty sure. What did he play last game? It was Syndra? Did he go Soul Stealer last game? I don't think he did.
That's Caps.
Maybe he did.
There is going to be a chase coming down here onto Larson. No
Oh,
flash
it's a Caps
available
gap.
to him. Will he use the sliding glide?
All right,
but
that's
it's
12
just
stacks.
easily
It's
shut
doomed.
down.
It's
Can't
doomed.
even really
Just
do
go
any
next game.
damage.
Well, I feel like
Honestly,
the team's
Rogue,
becoming
save your
cheap
mental
for
and just
Mejai's
go next
stacks
game
because
at this
Caps
point.
is very quickly building those up. Already at 12, 5-0.
Oh, he did at the end? He might have went like at like third item, fourth item, something like that.
Take a mile. Arrow comes through.
It does indeed. That will land onto Hans Sommer.
Okay, Caps is killed. This dude, that dude's dead too. Inspired's getting flashed on, he's dead too. Alright, dude, he's just taking over the entire game. How fast did he just go from 8 to 22 stacks? It's just too insane, actually.
But it does not feel like it's really enough. Paddle stars again from Caps. Portal jump, ignite as well. He's not going to be able to find Finn, but they've unlocked.
Everything's fine, Trevor. Everything's fine for Rogue. It is not fine.
No.
G2 absolutely destroying them. You said check the measure.
Look at how much fun Caps is having. Just look at this guy's face, man. He has way too much fun playing League of Legends right now.
Yeah. Yikes, indeed.
We now understand why it's been banned every game. You know, like he's definitely good at the champion, but to have a performance like this.
For Ioma is better, I mean, that's a fact, but we don't gotta say obvious things all the time.
Shows you how different G2 look when Caps is on form. 1-1 and 6 for Perks as well. Been setting up a lot of the plays, landing a lot of great arrows, but this Caps level 12.
Ooh, he's feeling himself.
How much does he do?
But why is he feeling himself so hard right now, dude? Someone stop this man. He is, yeah, it's so fucking, it's so
Vander was like, hey guys, I'll get him.
I would be
And
just
Caps
scared
is
at the
like,
beginning of
who's
next
got
game.
who in this situation?
He's just popping off too hard.
Some mysterious arrows always popping up on the screen.
I'm not touching it, okay?
The arrow is literally pointing at you, so I don't know. It looks like you're the culprit.
Well, G2 seem to be fully activated, gentlemen. Game 1 didn't go the way they wanted, but for Rogue now, I think talking about the drop, talking about the impact that certain champions have had for them, it has to come to light. I mean, look, they're down 6,000 gold, and there is always the possibility that they can come back in this game.
He's having as much fun as the Shy when the Shy's playing AD Kennen. Yeah, he ran in that game. That was the hardest rundown I've seen in a pro game.
I mean,
Maybe ever.
In my opinion, it's one of those awkward things where draft is somewhat irrelevant, especially in a situation like this, because
Inspired is like not even able to play anymore. Damn, Inspired had such a big jungle lead.
The best draft in the world that perfectly
Like,
captures what G2
and then it
does.
just all evaporated once Jankos got that one double crab.
19 minutes, I'm like, still gonna be an uphill battle on the way back.
Does Rogue ban Zoe Central LeBlanc next game? I don't think so. Because then you're just giving Jankos set.
Right, dove the tower, got the
And
kill.
most likely his set will be good.
And got all these kills.
And they can just play something, like, Caps can play everything, right? And they can just play something else mid and snowball the mid lane way harder.
Kills him at level 4, so there was always pressure going down onto mid lane. This was the first game where there wasn't that pressure, and we saw Caps take over the entire game. And we've seen this all summer split. We've seen this all year long from Caps. He has.
I know Zoe was banned the second game, but I'm saying, are they going to ban all three? Because they left up Syndra, and then he played it. Oh, Wonder's actually going to get solo killed here by Finn. Well, I guess Inspired ends up taking the kill because it's better on him, but yeah.
That's twice now he's, put a
Better to
bunch of
share the
damage
gold.
down. He manages to get the kill this
Because that was
time
already
around.
an assist there.
And Hans Sommer's been the recipient of all of G2's presence.
They will be able to get that punish, but
That
G2
last
operating
purchase from
elsewhere on the
Caps.
map. They're pushing in mid, pushing
He got
in
an
top.
Oblivion
It's
Orb
all
plus
the
a
jungle Caps.
needlessly large rod.
We'll love to
Nice,
see
man.
that pro play. The towers. a
Look at
little
his
bit
items and then
dangerous to go
compare it to Larson. They're playing two different games.
That sleepy trouble bubble just sidestepped as Hans Sommer moved forward, not backwards. But Caps, with those 25 stacks sitting on the needlessly large rod as well, collateral damage onto Larson. No other follow-up yet from G2. That's 4 towers. I mean, it's 21 minutes into the game, and
Wait, Inspired actually walked on the top side of that bubble. That's crazy.
There's even a TP coming in here as Wonder joins the fray. He's got the ultimate as well, if anything were to happen.
Oh, I mean, like, Wonder just takes the most aggressive path possible to mid as well. Just starts whacking away on this tower so the rest of G2 can roam on over here. So that's both inner turrets falling down and with no safe way to
It's
re-enter
weird
the
because, like,
jungle.
Zoe
All
is
of their bot
strong,
should be taken here, although
but when you watch other
some
people play
top
Zoe,
side
it doesn't look
probably
as
lose
broken as when
everything.
Caps plays it.
Maybe they do. Who knows? They can't walk in there or they die.
Rough game for Rogue.
He's just
Sharks
popping off, like,
coming into
way
this
too
series
hard.
with momentum on their backs, looking
And, like,
very
some of the
dominant,
kills he's getting, you feel like no one else would
game
get them.
Feels like that more draft questions are starting to prop up. Can they compete?
Like, the
at
kill
level
bot
of
lane
G2
on the
range?
Thresh, like, who's getting that
Sure.
kill?
When you give Caps comfort, how do
Where
you
you're
handle that? I think
1v4,
the Ender, you kind of
poke them
see
down
the
once,
ability
poke them down
to
again,
see
pick up a flash,
all
like, do
of
the
that
instant
beat
Q.
jungle duo synergy
I don't know.
in action, because Inspired and Larson can
pretty insane.
definitely compete, but they need the champions to do it, because if they don't, this is what happens.
Yeah, I mean, Finn is under some pressure. The Swell Seed comes out, won't find Jankos. Collateral damage is
Yankos? Oh my god, Yanko. Hello? Oh my god, Perks. Where's that arrow going, buddy? Oh, Inspired just flashed or what? Okay, he griefed.
Will be able to survive just a few seconds long before Caps comes in with one lost order from Perks. That's a double kill for him now, and Caps will look to chase down members of Rogue. The rest of G2 are stepping back with a
Oh, he pulled him out. Oh, Larson just failed to shuffle. All right, well, enjoy.
Here's Wonder.
And Wonder's behind. Oh, they're so dead. This is just so doomed for the. Oh, okay. Dude, you literally can't even. Did you see the way Caps used his Q there through the wall? It literally was invisible to me. He hit his Q in the wall, so it just like one shot the Philios, I'm pretty sure. And it's not even visible.
We continue to see these small
What in the fuck?
errors from Larson, but even if he had landed that,
Imagine being Yankos, man. Like, you see what Yankos is doing in this fight? I could do this. I could play this fight just like Yankos did. Tell me I couldn't play it like that. That's a hard dub. He plays it like that. That's all you got to do. It's a hard fucking win there.
G2 mess everything up. They missed the arrow, and then here I think in a second Mickey is actually going to pull Vander out of Caps' Q. It's going to come right here after the sleep lands on Vander. Mickey absolutely trolls it. Watch this. Dude, it's a one-shot.
Of course, they're first divided them. The thing is, it doesn't really matter even if you miss some of those skill shots, because when you're up.
Wait, look at this last Q from Caps. Look at this one right here. He hides it in the wall. It's actually just invisible. It's purely invisible. He throws it in the wall, and it's completely invisible when it actually hits and one-shots Hansama.
At the very minimum, what we expect from
Insane.
caliber is to come in at like perform.
Yanko's weakest link on G2 currently, yeah. Well, actually, I don't know. Maybe Perks is the weakest link right now, but I think Perks has stepped it up in this series. First game wasn't that good. The Kalista game wasn't that good, but the last two Ashe games I think have been clean.
Surprises me some of the misexecution and the amount that we've seen so far in this series.
I agree, and there's a lot on the line. Obviously, a win here means you get to face Fnatic tomorrow. Also guarantees first or second seed going into the World Championship, and for G2, it will be a shot at revenge. For Rogue, it'll be a first ever final, but we need to see a lot more from Rogue.
You love to see a player popping off like this.
This dominant of a win from G2, but it definitely
You can see it in the wall. Nope.
Some damage as the inhibitors
It's like Ori ball. Like sometimes you can see it, sometimes you can't. Like depends on how far it is into the wall, I guess. How deep it goes into the wall, I'm not sure.
Nearly 10,000 gold, and you do start thinking, right? What do Rogue have to change for the next game? What do they have to affect? There's not much that they can do right now.
G2 now grouping up in the mid lane. Yanko's looking for a flank.
It is indeed a lot of damage onto Larson. He'll be able to use those Sand Soldiers to escape to safety, and Vander almost gets one shot.
Okay.
Lateral damage, I think, fell just a little bit short there. As now the rest
I actually like the Edge of Night here from Yankos, by the way. I think Edge of Night is actually really OP. Not enough people go it.
Second inhibitor of the game.
Caps is picking up a million flashes.
So much damage onto Inspired. He doesn't even get a chance to really do.
Oh damn, Caps got hooked. Oh no. Okay, he goes for the kill on Hansama instead. It's just a massive pop off.
And they start pushing forward onto the Nexus. The Powder Keg will clear some of those minions, and G2 will take the first Nexus turret. They've just about run out of minions, so their backdoor bonus will be in effect, and that's the second now as well.
Wait, Caps is actually. Oh wait, hold up, hold up. Wait a minute.
Perks will be using the parlay to try to do some damage, but he won't get a chance.
Okay, Perks actually got the barrel auto there. They can't end. Inspired's up in 3. He has to run. He has to run. You have to run, my man.
Yeah. They get a few kills, but it feels so little.
It was a heroic effort there from Larson and Finn to prolong the rest of the game. They shut down Caps, you know, he's only got 17 stacks now, it should be easy, but
winnable.
Yeah, only 17 stacks for Caps now. Unlucky. He just had no mana at the end of that fight, by the way.
Focus from Perks there, being able to hit the barrels in between, weaving autos onto the gangplank will force Perks to disengage. But the base
so one thing that's pretty interesting here is Yanko's has overheal, and then what else does he have? Is it overheal bloodline, or does he just have overheal like alone? I'm pretty sure he had overheal there. He was getting a shield, so I think that's what the shield comes from, right?
Because if they don't, we're going to see another situation where Caps just steamrolls over the competition.
Yeah, I mean, you have to find some way of shutting down Caps early on, or at least containing him. You don't have to kill him, just make sure he stays inside of his lane.
Yeah, he has overheal. I wonder if he has bloodline too.
Getting kills, and then I really liked what Frost was saying on the desk, like increase the
Oh,
power
actually, no,
of
it's Mountain
yes,
Soul.
Hecarim is
What the
banned.
fuck? Wait, they
Those
already have
players
Soul.
bring more hard engage options to other players on the team.
I didn't even see that they got Soul. When did they even get Soul? Did they even get Soul on camera?
Trying their hearts out
Maybe
to
it was
go
during the
forward in
replay.
some fights.
So much to do and such a difficult task as
interesting.
well because you make it sound so easy. Just contain.
Wait, when did they get Soul?
Oh, it's
Like,
not easy.
I actually didn't even see it.
Those words sound so easy.
Kinda wanna
but
go
they're
back in the
really
replay
not.
and see
But
if they
I think
actually
it is
showed
important
it.
to call out that Rogue for a couple of games this series have shown they can.
Like, cause I didn't even actually see them get it
keep him
on camera.
at arm's length at least for a time. And even this game, they picked up first blood in a 2v2 down in the bottom lane. But then, all of a sudden, G2 just find a way to take over. Baron is secured as well. They've got the Mountain Soul. Rogue are setting up the Death Bush. That's the flash
Wait,
forward there
Cap's
from
kinda just into there. He
Going
just
with
got
the
slept.
ultimate, but Mickey throws out
I guess they
the
just
Baron.
can't walk through.
Comes
Mickey
down,
X just
that's
1v5
fine.
to stop them all.
Inside, I think through
And
the
Larson's
ball by the
just
bot
dead too,
bottom.
okay.
And
Well,
it is
they're all
just
dead.
Obliteration from G2. 26 kills in 28 minutes. And it is a massive, massive performance from Claps